So first of all, what we are going to do is just open up PowerPoint and select the blank presentation. And then we want some pictures to give the parallax effect. For that, we will go to pixels.com. Just right here, pixels.com, hit enter. And we are going to see or select a nature photo. I prefer mountain photo. Here for the parallax effect, I think mountain photo will be more suitable. So let's write mountain and select whatever you like. So here, for example, I like this one right here. Click on download. It is downloaded. So first of all, in the first slide, we will just insert a picture. Click on insert picture. We'll choose it from this device. Let's go to downloads, click on the picture. Now it is not horizontal. So let's actually select a new picture. We'll do it in the same way, but this time let's apply a filter, click on horizontal, and let's actually select a picture. I like this one. You can also download this one. Okay, so let's insert the picture. Let's use this and make sure it fills in the whole area. If not, you don't want to stretch the picture like this. It will totally disturb the image because it will give a stretchy look. Instead, you can just hold it from the corners to increase the overall size of the picture like this. And then we want to make sure that we have the room at the top as well so that we can insert a title. Click on approve, click OK or close. And that's all that needs to be done for the first slide. Okay, after that, just right click and click on insert a new slide. Now this will be a blank slide, but we just have to delete all of this title and bullet point boxes. Just select them both and remove them. So once we have this removed, click on insert and click to shapes. And here we will choose a rectangle shape. Draw it all over the slide like this. And from the shape outline, we will choose no outline and the shape fill color. Let's make it orange for this slide. But it totally depends on your picture. So if you think that your picture is contrasting good with black, orange, green, or whatever, you can use them accordingly. And let's add a couple of text boxes here. I will add a title quote and also we will name the person who quoted it. Let's say that this is about the importance of traveling. And I want to write a beautiful quote about importance of traveling. Let's see what we get. So this says, traveling opens your mind, quietens your worries, and teaches you that the world is far bigger and kinder than you have ever imagined. Who quoted it? Okay, it's by ChatGPT. Write a famous person quote, let's say. And this is nice about traveling. The world is a book and those who do not travel read only one page. That's a nice quote. We want to make it bold. We want to make it black and you can increase the size of it. But I think that this is not under a text box. So let me just insert a text box again to the center, paste it in here and increase the size now so that we can make the adjustments accordingly whenever we need. For example, I want to make it to the center and I want to put the quotation marks on both ends like this. And then we want to duplicate this box. What we can do is just Control D. We got the duplicate. Here we will just mention the author name, obviously with a much smaller size. So let's make this smaller and the text size should be 20 or let's say 30. Make it all center like this. Now it's your choice if you want to make it a simple quotation like this, or otherwise if you want to give, let's say, a triangle effect, we can just reduce the size of the box so that it can divide it into multiple lines and make it even larger like this. So if you want, you can use like this. And also for the quotes, let's say that we want to use something else. Go to insert under the icons, we will write here quote. But if you don't find this, that's okay. In that case, what you can do is just write quotation like this on the top of it to give it a beautiful effect. And we can increase the size of this quote. Reduce the spacing if you want to, line spacing. We can also reduce the spacing if you want to, but this is just fine. Let's make it center again. Make this one center as well. And for all of things we just did, what we can do is just select all of them, and you can go to arrange under the home tab, go to align and align it to the center. It's already aligned perfectly to the center, and we can also group that so that we can move it all together wherever we want. Now what we need to do is, since we have grouped all of that together, even let's say that we want to group the background as well. After that, just copy this, go to the first slide, paste it here, and bring it down to the bottom. Zoom out if you want to, and just meet it with the bottom of that slide like this. And to give a parallax effect, what you can do is just hold the content and move it a little down. Hold both of them if you need to. Move it a little downwards. Now what we need to do is copy the first slide picture and copy that in the second slide. Resize it according to the slide size. And you can just bring it to the back, send to back. And now we have the same effect. And then we have the extra space here, so drag it up slightly. But just remember, whenever you are grouping different elements, you need to remember that if we are grouping it for the one, we need to group it for all the slides. So let's group it in the same way, otherwise it will not work. And now let's go to the transitions and click on the morph effect for the second slide. And look at this, guys. This is the first slide, and here is the morph effect. Here's how it is displayed. Let's see that again from the first slide. This is how it works. And also, if you want to add more of the picture kind of moving effect, what you can do is for the second slide, you can move it a little bit upwards, like at this length. And now let's play that again. You will notice that this slide pushes a little upward, and that's how the perfect illusion of the parallax effect is created. Now for the second slide, let's right click and insert the new slide. This is the blank one. We will delete all the contents from here, and let's search for Mount Everest. Here we actually need a vertical picture that we can use for the long slide. Basically what we want is, we want to create the 3 pages slide, but the slide should continue with the same picture. So I like this one. Click on download. Let's insert the picture. This is the one. But here we need to adjust that manually in order to fill in the whole space like this. Obviously we have to expand it out of the slide. We cannot just simply stretch it like this from the corners, because it will distort the image. It will not look nice. So instead we can just expand the image from the corners. So after inserting this, you can adjust it manually if you want to. Let's say that we want to show a little bit of the peak starting from the bottom like this, or you can start from a little bottom. You can see it in the sample right here. Okay, this is perfect. Let's use a title. Click on insert, click on text box, and we can fill in the text box right here. Let's write Mount Everest. Let me zoom it a little bit so that we can format it properly. And from the text, and the text style can be Avenir Next, or otherwise let's keep it to Aptos. You can install new fonts if you want to. Let's make it 60 or even bigger. Let's try 100. I think this is good. After that we can place it to the center. We can see it here as well, and we can also locate the center just by this ruler indicator. So once we see this red line, that means we are at the center of the slide. Now let's turn this white. What you can also do is you can center it on the slide as well, like this. So this is the center of the picture or the slide on the overall slide. So that's also nice. Let's make it a little larger. Actually, let's continue with the size 100. Now, if we want to add some shadows to it, right click on format, text options, click on the text effect. You can add the shadow from here, and in here we can just add a small drop to the shadow and it will look something like this. If you want to add some subtitles to it, we can add that as well. Let's quickly add it. It will be a very small size, the highest peak, which will give a very nice effect. Let's make it 25 and put it to the corner, actually, like this. Let's change the writing style to something like a joining handwriting. Okay, so I have chosen freestyle script. We need to increase the size a little bit because it is generally smaller. So we have changed one. Let's change the text color to white. And in here, we can add again the shadows if we want to. We can reduce the size of this. After that, let's click on the text options, click on the shadows and select a little drop down like this. Now what we'll do is just right click and duplicate this slide. And after that, what we'll do is we want to see the zoom out effect so that we can move this up. So this is the slide we want to adjust it in. So although the slide is ending at some other end, but what we'll do, we just want to move this both. You have to carefully select both of the text. Let's move it one by one because I'm unable to select that. And let's move it like this and just create a little bit of space like this. But just make sure that you move it in the same alignment level. And what we want to do on the second side as well is we want to move or give an effect of moving it upward in the second slide. So let's say like this. We want to show it like the picture continues through all the slides. And let's actually move this one out of the way as well. So the highest peak should also move out of the way. And let's add a text box here as well. And again, we can write a prompt here. So I wrote simply write a title in 2 lines about Mount Everest, make an attractive title, majesty above the clouds, the glory of Mount Everest. Let's copy this, paste it right here, make a copy of it, Control D, and let's write something like this one. And let's say that we want to paint the format of the title for this one, format painter. Okay. After pasting this, we want to reduce the size of it and just make sure that all of this appears till the top so that we can see it clearly on the slide and it doesn't slide out of the slide. Let's make it 16 so that everything can be adjusted properly. In the text options, we can add a shadow to it as well. Even we can increase the size a little bit so that it can, end on 2 lines. And again, we will just select both of these titles and go to arrange and click on group so that we can move it out of the way for the third slide. And after that, what we can do is just copy this and move this to the first slide so that we can add a proper parallax effect and move it to the bottom here. It is out in the slide, but it will give a nice parallax effect. Now let's duplicate this one, right click, duplicate. And here we don't need the original title because this is a continuation of the second slide. So let's remove this and we want to move both of them up like this. Move it out of the way, and the image will go down a little bit like this, even more if we want to, like till the end. So again, I'll just copy this. You can spend as much time as you want for this one, but let me just paste whatever we have like this. And let's copy and paste that content here. Use the format painter to format this. Actually, I can just change the content within inside, so I just don't have to reformat that. I think still we need to reformat it. It's Aptos 60. Let's make it 60, or let's actually make it 40. Make it a center. Let's paste the details about it. Make this white. Now what we can do is we can just change the view here and compress it a little bit. Make the heading style even smaller. Arrange it like this. We have to make a couple of arrangements, and then we want to move it to the two corners. Make a duplicate of it, and we will write something about it here as well. Something more. Let's copy this. It's 28, so let's make it 28. Copy this now, paste it, make it white. And for these ones, we can also add some of the icons next to each one of them. Click on insert, click on icons. See if we can get something for free. Let's write nature here. Okay, we have these. These are pretty awesome. Click on insert. One, I will insert it with here. These are both black. So what we can do is place it two different places, and then we want to change the color. So fill, in the fill, I'll just change it to white, and white for here as well. We can also make it gray so that it can add a beautiful effect to it like this. Now, finally, what we need to do is just copy everything to the previous slide so that we can get a proper parallax effect. Paste it here, paste it at the bottom somewhere. Just make sure that we only select the content. Sometimes it is difficult to only select some of the parts. Okay, now this is perfectly pasted. We just have to now move it to the bottom like this. Okay. Now for the second two slides, we will just go to the transitions and add morph effect. And let's see. So this is a nice title of the opening slide. And as we move down, we can get a pretty nice effect of the morph effect. So this is how it looks. Looks quite amazing, quite professional. And this is how you can create a beautiful parallax effect in your slides. So that's all about creating this beautiful parallax effect to make your professional slides in PowerPoint. And by the way, guys, you will get this finished PowerPoint presentation for free. You can download it from the resources section. So just try this by yourself, and I will see you in the next one.